Okay. So first, I just kind of wanted to go over, tell you guys how much I love you and I appreciate you. And I love everything that you've been doing for me because I just can't do this alone, especially right now. So I just seriously appreciate you guys. Obviously, you guys know this is our last big push for Elite. And that's why I'm like forcing myself to get on these calls right now, no matter how tired I am, because this is our last qualification period. But obviously I need to get on these calls because this is where I'm happiest, when I see you guys, seriously. So you guys all know November 25th, Thanksgiving morning, that is the last day to rank advanced, okay? So if you've fallen out of diamond, you need to be back to diamond on that day and hold for those last 6 weeks. If you do that, that helps us lock in Elite, and then you also get your Diamond Elite personalized jackets that I can't wait to get out because I'm so excited. It's the first time that I gave them out, or I'm giving them out. I'm not going to tell you what the color is. We just got off another call and I kind of talked about it, so it's repeat for you guys. But it's got your name on them. It's cute. It's hot. And I'm not going to tell you what color it is, but you're going to want them. And you're going to be jealous if you don't get one. So I'm just going to put it out. Also, if you hold that last 6 weeks, you also lock in the qualification for doing the Diamond Retreat in Tahoe. First time ever that I'm going to be able to do this. And I want to do it so bad. And I'm so excited to do this. Nathan and I have already been planning out where we're going to stay and everything. So all of you that are diamonds for these last 6 weeks get to go. Okay. So I think it's going to be amazing. I want all of you to be there. For Cassandra, it might not be that exciting because we go there all the time, but but we have some pretty awesome places there. And I mean, Lilia too. Lilia grew up there. So but we'll be able to show you guys around too, which will be a lot of fun. So I just think it's going to be a very special moving trip that I can't wait to just be a part of with you guys and really do some bonding and hang out on the lake, on the beach, in the water, the most beautiful place on earth. If you've never been there, it's just breathtaking. But I want you all to be there is my point. So please do what you can to make this diamond happen for the end of the year goal. And we've been pushing for this the entire year. This is the last 6 weeks of it. Okay. I know that you guys can all do it. Whether or not you've fallen out, doesn't matter. Just get back. Okay. All right. So I know this is kind of repeat because we were just on another call, and there's not much that I can say that's different for getting from to diamond, because that's what we were working on in the other call, to pushing for 1-star, 2-star. It's all the same steps. Okay. So I just want you guys to dial in and figure out who is going to be that 1-star for you. Okay. I know maybe for Sharon, is it Mackenzie or who was it? No, Anita.
I have 3 different options, but I don't know if I can get them to do it. So.
But your closest is Anita so far. Yeah. And so it's just really knowing who it's going to be, right? And then knowing who that second diamond is going to be, which is usually the spouse, right? The spouse account. So you always want to focus on getting the first person, your first coach, to diamond, whoever that is. And then that 2-star is going to be your spouse. Focusing and getting that 2-star mindset is going to be key, because obviously it doesn't stop at diamond. It doesn't stop at 1-star. It doesn't necessarily stop at 2-star, but 2-star is where your bonuses happen. And that's where you're just going to see massive change in this. So the easiest way is obviously creating 1 diamond and then making the second diamond your spouse. And then you have your bonuses locked in, right? 4 times a year, you're getting that 2-star bonus, which is a huge jump. Okay. And that's exciting. Do you guys have questions on that?
I have a question about that. So once you hit the rank, if you fall out of the rank, are you still qualified to get those bonuses, or do you have to maintain that rank in order to qualify?
So the cool thing is if you fall out, it's fine, as long as you get back in when it's the 6-week qualification. So 4 times a year, just like when we're doing the diamond qualifications, and I'm always like, okay, we're going into qualification again. We do that 4 times a year. So if let's say you're a 2-star and you fall out of 2-star, as long as you're back during the 6-week qualification, you get that bonus. So for me, that's why I was saying on the last call, like my husband always knows when I'm going into a qualification period, because I'm like, all right, the bonus is coming up. clean the house, do everything else because I got to focus over here because I'm working on the next bonus for 6 weeks. Okay. But that also actually is a blessing because it kind of gives you a break to not go as full force, but to not let up the momentum, if you know what I mean, right? So right now we're not in qualification, right? We don't start until whatever date that I give you guys. Can't remember now.
The 25th.
25th, okay? So right now you kind of have some breathing room, right? You're not checking your back office every single second for an inactive coach, right? But you also do want to stay on top of things and you do want to keep that momentum, right? Because if you really take a break for 6 weeks, then it's hard to get back into momentum, right? So honestly, right now is the crucial part so that when the November 25th does come, you've got extra coaches lined up and you're not checking that back office every single day for losing it by one inactive coach, right? And just so you guys all know, and because most of you already know we've done this before, if you do have like 2 to 3 inactive in our 6-week qualification, there's ways that we can get that back to active. Okay, I know I've helped several of you, and it's just what we do. Saying that you're looking for a product tester or whatever, and I PayPal you the $50 and they make that purchase, that holds us over for another 6 weeks. That's just something we do as a team. I know other teams do it. I have that cushion set aside because why would we let us all fall out of an elite qualification by being off by 2 coaches, right? So that's there, and I need you guys to understand that is there. And communication is key when we're in 6-week qualification, because if you're like, oh gosh, I do have an inactive coaches, send me a message immediately and we'll make sure that we get that back to active for you, okay? Because it's a team effort. And I don't want you to miss out on those bonuses either at 2-star. Okay, do you guys have more questions on the bonuses? No? I know most of you already know this, but if you're 15-star, you get the 15, the 10, the 5, and the 2-star bonus. Okay, so if you're 2-star and you rank to 5-star, you get the 5 and the 2, and that's 4 times a year. Those are huge, guys. And it's fun when you start to go, I always call it bonus chasing. It's fun when you start to go in after the bonuses, because then you're like, this is really exciting, right? Okay, so 1-star is really dialing in on your coach and working with whoever that is, okay? Whether it's you're getting on a call with them once a week, you're keeping them motivated. But I do want to say that it really starts with you, obviously. Success Club, it goes back to Success Club. Everybody needs to be hitting Success Club, okay? Minimum of 5. And you don't have to overwork yourselves on Success Club. You don't have to be hitting Success Club 40, okay? In fact, I could care less if any of you are hitting Success Club 40. I just want to see you maintaining a minimum of 3 people every month. That's it. That's all I want to see, okay? 3 people every month, Success Club 5. You guys are golden if that's happening. Okay, you don't have to overwork yourselves for Success Club 40. You just want to be hitting that every single month. Your benchmark, 3 people. We got that. Okay, but that's where it's got to start. You guys have got to make sure that that's happening for you. As honestly, if you're not hitting Success Club, that's your paycheck. You're not making a paycheck. I tell my husband, I'm like, I'm not trying to hit Success Club. I'm making my paycheck. I'm making my income right now, right? I don't care about Success Club. I care about making my income. And if I don't hit Success Club, I don't get a paycheck this month, which means I didn't go to work, right? I just didn't show up to work. That's my fault. And I'm real with myself if that's the case, you know? But if that is the case, then you just want to strategically say, hey, you know, have an honest talk with yourself and say, hey, why? And in fact, let's talk about why do you guys feel that maybe I'm hitting Success Club and say you're not? You know, why do you feel that is? Anybody?
For me, I feel like it's still just my network. I feel like I've invited, when COVID first started, that's when I hit my stride, and I invited a ton of people, and the ones who were interested joined me. but the others in the interim between then and now, they've found whatever they are comfortable with. They either are going back to gyms or gotten that Peloton thing or the mirror thing. So they're set. And so now when I invite them, they're done. And again, I know it may sound like an excuse, but my network is limited, especially and then again now in COVID. And I've made a lot of I've reached out in terms of like people that I really don't know, like that thing with on Facebook to reach out to people that you may know.
Mhm.
And and I've done that, and I still do that. I try to at least make friends with 3 different people a day,
Mhm.
and some are either, you know, saying, who are you? No, you know, or whatever. And then I'll make maybe 1 or 2 friends a week. And then Instagram, I'm just trying to learn. It's just moving. It's kind of too fast paced for me. And so like when I was listening to the reels, so now I'm not getting very many new people, any new followers. I'm doing the stories and I'm posting more on my regular Instagram timeline. But now I think that's kind of obsolete. So now it's the reels thing. And I love Jamie's tutorial, but it was just, I couldn't catch on. I did a couple of fails. They didn't work. And so I'm just trying to figure that out. And then once I do, I will start posting there. And I saw that Sharon said that she got a few people joining her by doing that. So I'm looking forward to doing that. But that's my thing, is that I've run out of people, and I know this sounds ridiculous because the world is so huge, but I've run out of people to invite. So
Yeah. And you know, you're gonna hear, because I say this all the time, you're never gonna run out of people to invite. Okay, you're never going to. So first, I want to touch on what you said about the people that you have been inviting, but have maybe bought a Peloton and they're content now going to the gym or whatever that looks like. Think about this though. They're always gonna go through a phase. They're gonna get burnout on the Peloton at some point, maybe. They're gonna get burnout on the gym classes, whatever that looks like for them. There is always gonna be a transition and a phase, and you're gonna be the one that's still showing up every single day doing your workouts. So I would forget about those people, because sometimes they'll come around. Okay, and yes, the world is huge, but social media is even huger. Huger, is that a word? Now, I wanted to let Sharon talk, because on our call just a minute ago, she had mentioned how she just was about to add like 50 new people from a Facebook group, which I know we talk a lot about Facebook groups, and I personally work Facebook groups like crazy. But Sharon, can you tell her what just happened this morning?
Yeah. I can't invite everybody or send a friend request for everybody at once because Facebook doesn't like that. But I don't even know when I joined it, but I joined a women's Bible study group. It has 3,500 members. And I posted, are any of you moms really needing more Christian mama friends? And I got 52 people to comment. And they were all like, can we start a group message? And like, I would love to connect with you and da 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 da. So like, I'm sending 10 requests a day until I get through them. So by the end of the week, I'll have all of them added. And then I'm just going to send all of them a message. And right now, why I'm not looking up is that I'm creating, I said before, I have story folders on my phone. So I have Sunday through Saturday, and I'm putting all the images in for each day. So every morning, all I have to do, I'm just like making it more simple for me. So that way my stories are popping up for all these new friends that are coming on, because I'm getting more new friends a day. And like, these aren't weird requests because they know it's coming. Whereas before, I was doing a lot of like whatever Facebook suggested, and it's kind of awkward to add those people, but a lot of them are local Christian women, just because I have so many Christian women from the Bible studies that I'm in at a local church. So it's kind of not, I don't know. I think it's just finding where those people are and like what common ground you have, and don't make it awkward, and don't try to sell them something right away. Just like really get to know them.
It really is finding out who you are though too, right? It was kind of what Sharon said. As a person, what do you enjoy? What do you like? What makes you happy? What makes you feel alive, right? And of course, in the moment too, what are you going through? Are you struggling with depression right now? Are you struggling with, obviously, with our weight loss? Is there something else specific in your family? Like obviously right now I'm pregnant. So I went and I added myself to a Fit Mom Over 40 group because I'm 40, I'm 41. And I went in there and actually I posted the same thing on my Facebook page, but Monday, whatever day that was, I was at a low with my pregnancy, and I'm sure you guys all saw that post. Well, I took that exact post and I shared it in that Fit Mom Over 40 group. So many moms commented and were like, oh my God, I'm feeling the same way. I'm feeling the same way. So every person that commented, I sent a friend request to, right? And then now you have 30 however many new people seeing your post now. Do you understand how that works, Leticia?
I do, but I feel like, so I'm in a few groups. I'm like in a gardening group and in a crafters group. And the thing that I get is that there's like a questionnaire that comes up before you even are admitted into the group that says, you're not going to say anything about what you do,
Yes.
that kind of thing, right? And so I'm not sure what types of things. It's like, hey, all you menopause moms, because I'm in a menopause group, right? How many of you menopause moms are still into fitness, and I'm not sure if they would let that go.
So think about it as you're making a friendship, okay? You are trying to become friends with these people. What would you say to them in person? You're not going to say, hey, join my Beachbody Challenge group, right?
Right.
You're going to be like, or is there something that and I'm sorry, what group did you say it was? So that I can kind of.
One's a menopause.
Okay, so what are you feeling right now in this moment during menopause? Like, are you having hot flashes? Do you have questions that you need answered? Like, hey mamas, I'm going through this menopause thing right now. Are you guys have any vitamins that you recommend? Do you,
Okay.
who is like, you're just in the group to find support for
Right.
yourself, right? And so that's why I'm saying, make sure that the groups that you're adding yourself are actually something that you need value from too, right? And
Right.
for me, it's fun. I love working my groups. I absolutely love it because I have found so much value in so many friendships because I go in there needing something. I go in there needing advice. I go in there needing friendships. And so that's the way you have to think about it, okay? Because also, let's say I friend requested these people today. They're not going to be my sales this month. They're going to be my 3 months sales down the road. That's my future paychecks. Those are new eyeballs now seeing my posts, but that's not going to be an immediate paycheck. So yes.
I was going to say, so like if you make a post like that, like you said, you send a friend request.
Mm-hmm.
So there's been also times where I've sent friend requests and people are saying, how do I know you? And then I'll say, Lilia might know this group. I think she's in this group too, the Empty Nester group.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, oh, I've seen some of your posts in the Empty Nester group and I'm in there too. And so, and they're like, oh, we'll just stay friends in the Empty Nester group. We don't need to be friends personally. And it's like, oh, okay. So now it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So I feel kind of like, what?
I got a couple of, I think I posted something in the Empty Nester group and I think I ended up with like 2 or 3, I think like 2 girls or 3 girls that I'm friends with now outside, like, and they put on Facebook we're friends. And then I'm actually friends with one of them on Instagram as
so
well. But
right. They're not as.
No, it was just a couple of them that, that I became friends with. I didn't, I haven't built more friendships after that either, but I need to go back in there as well and just kind of, just kind of post and stuff too. So,
yeah.
And if they say that, just keep adding. Don't worry about them.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that's happened to me a million times over. I don't even pay attention to it. I'm like, I'm serious.
I'm with you, Leticia, though. If someone said that to me, I would be doing the same thing. I'm like, oh, no. Like,
yeah.
No. Yeah. Like, I'm totally with you on that one, so I understand. I think you and I are a lot alike in a lot of ways. Leticia, you and I are kind of like,
I want to do it, but, how do which angle do I come in from is sometimes how I feel at it.
Yeah.
So again, just go back to the angle of being a friend. You are trying to be a genuine person. and you're trying to make this connection. Take Beachbody all out of the way.
Right.
Okay? Take trying to sell a challenge pack out of the way. You're making a human connection with people. And so that again goes to, it should be easy to post in these groups because you're just posting what the group is about, right? If it's a gardening group, you're saying, hey, who's gardening today? Like, what are you guys putting in what seeds are you guys planting this week?
Right.
Whatever, right?
Yeah.
So that's what that is. And it can be a lot of fun. And so back to inviting and adding to your network, those are the two most important things that are gonna help you hit Success Club. You've got to be doing them, right? Inviting is crucial. We all know that, but you won't run out of people to invite as long as you're adding new people every single day. And again, those aren't going to be your paychecks right now. It's your future paychecks. So you've got to keep that in mind. You're like, man, if I want to make these paychecks consistent, I have to add these new people every day, even if it's only 5, but you've got to add them. Okay. And you've got to find your groove on where you're adding them from. And once you do that, it's easy and it becomes fun. Okay. Do you guys have any more advice on that? I know Jamie is really great. I mean, she's like the Instagram.
Yeah, Jamie's awesome at posting.
I can't even catch up to where she's at.
Right. I'm like, I need to be Jamie. Jamie, you and I need to get a call together at some point because I do need you. I wasn't able to do the whole Reels tutorial thing. So I need you. So let me know when you have a little bit of time and we'll do a Zoom call or something.
Yeah, I have a presence on Instagram, but you know me, that's my Facebook. And when I see Jamie, I'm like, whoa! I'm like, I wish I could be that cool.
Right.
And then it makes me feel really old.
15,000 followers, by the way, Jamie.
Yes.
What the F?
Right? I'm like,
holy moly.
Yeah. So let me know when you have some time, Jamie. I'll meet you. We can Zoom, whatever is easier for you. Cause I know you got the babies. So I know it's a little harder for you. I know she's so cute.
Look at her. All right. So I won't keep you guys much longer. I want to make sure you guys know that we have a new call schedule and it's open to the entire team because I noticed that you guys were having success with your coaches, but didn't really know how to train them yet. And just everybody doing different calls is pointless. Okay. So we have new coach calls every Friday. Okay. That's for any of your guys' coaches to hop on. Okay. And that's at 10:30 on Friday. Okay?
Sorry, I'm distracted by the baby right now. Oh my gosh.
I wasn't even seeing her. So you guys can get your new coaches on that call, okay, every single Friday. And my goal on that call is I get them to Emerald in the first 48 hours, and I'm very, very strategic about it, okay? So if you've got a new coach coming on, the new coaches go on that Friday call, okay? And then we've got the Diamond call, which once they're Emerald, all of your coaches right now, if you have Emerald coaches, should be getting on the Tuesday call with me to get to Diamond. Okay, and obviously, if you want to attend that call too, that's even more beneficial to the entire team and to you. Okay, and then we have this call for the 1-stars. Okay, but more than anything, if you guys want to help keep your new coaches rank advancing, get them on those Friday calls for Emerald, and then get the other ones on the Tuesday call. So I would recommend that once we get off here, if they don't know about those calls, shoot them a message and personally invite them. Say, hey, I would like you guys to get on these calls on Tuesdays. Okay. Do you guys have anything else that you want to talk about? No, anything? What are we struggling with right now? I mean, everything in life, but let's take 3 more minutes and let's hash something out.
I'll speak up.
Yeah.
Again. I'm having a hard time this week. Yesterday you put on about talking about the business. And I struggle with that because I feel like I'm personally, because of the way that I don't have any really coaches yet. I'm kind of like juggling all of my phantom coaches, I guess you could call them. And so I don't feel like I'm benefiting financially at this point. And so, and I've done a lot of the camaraderie and community posts, but I don't know how to talk about the business part of it.
Gotcha.
So,
and that's how any new coach feels too, right? Because they're like, I don't even know how to invite to this. I always say, pretend like you're a 15-star diamond already. Pretend that you are already, no, seriously, because
awesome.
you put it into existence, you speak it into existence, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So even like Cassandra said this on the call the other day, what was it, what'd you say? Oh, when you talk about that introduction post that you do like once a month, right? You're reintroducing yourself to your crowd and you say, hey, I've got a ton of new followers this month. Who, what, you got like one, right? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. As far as they know, you got 50,000 new followers and you're rocking your business, right? I love that tip that she said. So right now, today, you are a 15-star diamond. You are successful in this business because that's where you're going, right? So talk as if you are the CEO of this business and talk about, you know, what you're seeing on the team, even like you're seeing the other coaches, you know, pay off debt or become healthier, you know, whatever that looks like. Talk about everybody else's success too. Even the national wake up calls. I love using those. I will talk about those like nobody's business, saying, hey, I just got off a call this Monday and the coach that was on there did XYZ, right? And is now able to WXYZ because of this, okay? Share that. It doesn't have to always be focused on you, but you know where you're going. You're pushing for 15-star diamond. No one needs to know exactly where you're at. And just say that. Say it out loud and start speaking it out loud because you believe in yourself. And if you're on this team, that's exactly where you're going because I'm not going to let you go anywhere else. Okay, so I love that you brought that up because I have seen that. You guys are excellent, and I'm not saying I'm like amazing at it either, but I do talk about it a lot because I know what it's done for me, right? But that's easier because it has done stuff for me, and maybe it hasn't quite impacted you just yet. So start sharing other people's success. But get on your Insta stories or your Facebook stories and do a lot of the Zoom calls. Okay, show the behind the scenes. Like I get, well, every time we do a Zoom call, I get on and I talk. I'm like, I'm getting ready to do another call with my team. You know, we're working on this week, and you know, give them a little tidbit so they, yeah, do it right now. I'm serious. Things like that, and then always saying, okay, actually take this name down. You guys know Danny doTERRA, I think is her last name. Okay, she spoke on our Boom Squad calls and things. She is excellent at sharing the business opportunity. Go look at her page today and start following her stories to get some ideas. She shares every single day about the business. You'll see her work out, but girl talks about the business every single day, and it's amazing.
Yeah, she does. I follow her on Instagram and
I
stuff.
steal a lot of her stuff.
I've seen a lot of her stuff, yeah.
And that's another thing. If you don't know how, go to the top coaches. Go peep their stories and see how they're invited. I go to Lindsay Matway's Facebook stories all the time to see how she's inviting to the business, and she's just sharing the behind the scenes stuff. Okay. But get consistent in talking about the business because that's where you're going to find people that want to do this too. Okay. It's not just about workouts. It's about creating financial freedom and income, and they need to see that. Even if you were able to go buy extra groceries this month, I tell a lot of my new coaches because that's a first paycheck right there, right?
Yeah. Talk
about it. Man, my Beachbody income this week, it may seem small to you guys, but it helped me put extra groceries on the table this week, and I am so thankful for it. Do you know how many other moms out there would be like, oh my gosh, that need some extra groceries in their life? Okay, talk about it. I remember one of the other coaches when I very first started talking about filling up her gas tank full every month instead of just putting in like $10. She was like, man, I get to go to the gas tank and fill the tank up every time now. Like, I know that might sound silly, but to some, that is the world. And you guys got to talk about it. Right? Yeah. So yeah. Those are things you can talk about. Even, I mean, just start thinking about it. Start writing them down. Because those are fun. And those are life-changing. And that, again, is why I'm like, I talk about this business because I'm like, man, I don't ever want to be in that situation again in my life. You know, people need this so bad. There's so many people struggling. But if you don't talk about it, no one is going to know about it. No one. And you can't keep it a secret. Okay? Because if I kept it from you guys, you would have been like, Rachel, you paid off all your debt, you own your house, and you didn't tell me how you were doing it. You guys would have been mad at me. Right?
So just really quick, so how do you talk about that? Even if it's like, for me, I mean, I think I was only getting like $50 a week, which wasn't bad. But for me, it did, like, these last few weeks when I was getting it, I haven't gotten it because I've totally fallen off. But when I was getting it, it totally, like, that extra $50, I was like, yes, what am I going to be able to do this week with it? Like, you know, so I get it. I totally understand. It's just 50, but how do you talk about, like, how do you do a post about that? How do you, without sounding, I know it sounds kind of fun, like stupid, or I don't know, like, how do you post something like that?
I'm sure Sharon could tell you. She's done things like that
Here,
before.
so for me, I would take a picture of my beautiful eyelashes.
I love your beautiful eyelashes.
Say, thanks to this coaching thing that I'm doing, I get to wake up like this every day. And I don't have to worry about my mascara running. Or tonight, literally, I just had this conversation with my husband and I said, hey, babe, I have no time to cook. I'm going to be stressed out the wazoo tonight.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm buying the family fast food and it's expensive as hell.
Well, yeah.
I'm not going to eat it because I've got my own goals, but everybody else is going to eat that shit, including my mother-in-law who is here. And I was like, don't worry, I'm not touching our regular account. I will use my Beachbody income to do that. So thanks to what Rachel said, I'm going to do a video of me in the drive-thru and say, I don't have time to cook tonight, so the family gets Arby's. And it's because of this coaching that I didn't have to touch our regular income.
Okay. Exactly. Yeah. And that's not salesy at all. That's just sharing that extra cushion. Right. And so, and things like that are fun to share too, because people are like, you know, like I said before, they're like, I remember seeing posts like that and it just gave me hope. I was like, man, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's what your post did for me, because it wasn't just the fitness side. It was the earn an extra income. And I was like, I hate that I have to go back to work with a baby.
Right.
And I don't want to have to go back to work. And so that gave me hope to like have that extra income.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm. And I will say, sharing where you're at right now, even financially, so that people start following that story, they're going to be more likely to say yes when you invite them, because they actually want to help you too. I've had that happen to me a lot, because they know my story. They know I've got all these kids. They know I do this business from home, and it's almost like they feel guilty if they say no to me, because they've read my story so many times, and they know that I could probably really benefit from them purchasing from me. I swear, they're like, oh yeah, even if they don't even want to work out, they're like, oh yeah, I'll buy it from you, because I share about it all the time, and I share how much it helps my family. So doing that too helps your back end conversations a lot, because they're like, man,
I see your hubby back behind you, Sharon.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was like, I see that handsome husband behind you.
I never know people are behind me. It's always you guys telling me.
Lilia called it.
I saw him. I was like, I see his face. I was like, I know that face peeking in behind the door right there. Will he come over and say hi?
I'm so zoned in that I don't see behind me.
I love it. She saw a man in the windows.
I was like, who is peeping in on Sharon? Who's that hot man behind her? Ooh, is her hot man? Woohoo!
I love it. I love you guys. I hope that was helpful today. I mean, we could go on a whole nother hour, right? But
yeah, we could.
Yeah. So every week, let's just say, hey, okay, this is what we're going to work on this week, and let's implement it. And then next week we'll be like, we can keep an eye on each other's stories and give feedback. So this week, let's focus on talking about the business more. Okay. And then let's get on next week and be like, oh, yours was good. I want to use that, whatever that looks like. Okay. But also, let's try and get your coaches on these calls. Okay. So go out, send them a message, and if you don't have coaches, we'll get some coaches on. But I'm just saying, if you've got those coaches, get them on those calls, coming up calls. Okay. All right. I love you guys.
Thank you.
I love you so much.
I miss all of your faces so
You
much.
guys look so good right now.
Well, then let's take a picture.
I'm like, do we look pretty? What? No.
Oh, I love you guys so
I
much.
miss you guys so much. I love
I'm
you.
so happy to
Oh,
see you back.
I know. I love you. I love you, and I miss you, and I need all of you right now so much in my life. I'm so lost and confused, and Sharon has been amazing
You
and
got
reached
it.
out to me. And Sharon, I
Take
have to tell
my
you,
advice.
these last few days, I've been doing exactly what you've been telling me, and I literally just
Oh,
say,
I love you.
I literally have sit here
Say
and
it.
sat here and
Say it
just,
out loud. Say it right now.
Jesus, I need you. I need your help right now.
Thank you. I told her that last week when we were on a call. I was like, listen. this
Yeah,
is-
and Sharon told me that the other day too. And yesterday, I literally all day was like, I don't know what to do. I'm putting it out there. Jesus, I need your help. Like, I love you. I need you right now so much. And
That's all it is. That's all it is.
and
I do the
it
same
helped
thing
me.
still. So
It helped me all day yesterday. So
Good. Oh, honey, I
Love
love
you
that.
so much.
I love you guys.
I
All
love
right,
you.
babes.
I love you.
All right,
guys.
Mama. Bye, babes.
Bye.
love you guys. Bye.
Love you.